Hello friends, I am Professor Sushant Mohite, working as a head of electrical department from Praveen Patil College of Diploma Engineering and Technology. Now I start the energy conservation by matching the motor rating with load characteristics. Matching of the load characteristics with motor characteristics is the important aspects in energy conservation. If the motor of high rating is connected to load of low HP, then motor is always underloaded, which makes partial use of motor and decrease in operating efficiency. The example, suppose we use water pump for lifting the water. Suppose in domestic load we use the 0.5 HP motor for lifting the water up to first floor. It's correct, means your load and the rating of motor both are balanced. But suppose we use 3 HP motor for lifting the water up to first floor. Means what? The 3 HP motor consume the power up from to capacity of motor, means the capacity of motor is a 3 HP, so the motor consume 3 horsepower, 3 HP power, but our output is the what? First floor, to lifting the water up to first floor. Now the 3 HP motor normally lift the water up to 7th floor, 8th floor. Means what? There is some unbalance between the power, input of the power, means the HP of the power, and the load. Means your motor consume maximum energy as compared to your load. Another example, suppose we use the 1 HP motor for lifting the water up to 7th floor. The capacity of 1 HP motor, for example, the capacity of 1 HP motor to lift the water up to 2nd or 3rd floor. But our aim or our target is to lift the water up to 7th floor. Means what? Your 1 HP motor consume the power, but it will not give that much of output. In both conditions, there is a wastage of energy. Most electric motors are designed to run at 50% to 100% of rated load. Maximum efficiency is usually near 75% of rated load. Thus, a 10 horsepower motor has an acceptable load range of 5 to 10 HP. Peak efficiency is at 7.5 HP. A motor efficiency tends to decrease dramatically below about 50% load. However, the range of good efficiency varies with individual motors and tends to extend over a broader range for large motors. A motor is considered underloaded when it is in the range where efficiency drops significantly with decreasing load. Overloaded motor can overheat and lose efficiency. Many motors are designed with a service factor that allows occasional overloading. Service factor is a multiplier that indicates how much a motor can be overloaded under ideal ambient conditions. For example, a 10 HP motor with a 1.15 service factor can handle an 11.5 HP load for short periods of time without incurring significant damage. Although many motors have service factors of 1.15, running the motor continuously above rated load reduces efficiency and motor life. Never operate overloaded when voltage is below nominal or when cooling is impaired by altitude, high ambient temperature or dirty motor surfaces. If your operation uses equipment with motors that operate for extended periods under 50% load, consider making modifications. Sometimes motors are oversized because they must accommodate peak conditions, such as when a pumping system must satisfy occasionally high demands. Options available to meet variable loads include two-speed motors, adjustable speed drives, and load management strategies that maintain loads within an acceptable range. Determining if your motors are properly loaded enables you to make informed decisions about when to replace motor and which replacement to choose. Measuring motor loads is relatively quick and easy when you see the techniques discussed in this fact sheet. You should perform a motor load and efficiency analysis on all of your major working motors as part your preventive maintenance and energy conservation program. Use attachment, a motor nameplate and a field test data form to record motor nameplate data and field measurement. We recommended that you survey the test all motor operating over 1000 hours per year. Using the analysis result, divide your motors into the following categories. Motors that are significantly oversized and underloaded, replace with more efficient, properly sized models at the next opportunity, such as schedule plant downtime. Motors that are moderately oversized and underloaded, replace with motor efficient, properly sized models when they fail. Motors that are properly sized but standard efficiency, replace most of these with energy efficient models when they fall. The cost effectiveness of an energy efficient motor purchase depends on the number of hours the motor is used. This price of electricity and the price premium of buying an energy efficient motor. Use attachment B, means next attachment, the motor energy saving calculation form to determine the most effectiveness of motor change out options. The next, what is mean by ideal or redundant running of motor? What are the benefits of minimizing it? If motor is running without doing work, then this operation is called as a ideal or redundant of operation. When the motor is running without doing work is called as a ideal or redundant running of motor. When motor is operating without load or no load, it requires certain power input to meet loss taking place in stator and rotor. In such situation is sustained for longer duration, the power consumed by motor increase without any output, hence efficiency of operation is 0. When such situations are avoided, then efficiency is increased. The loss of energy as the no load power drawn is approximately about 12% to 16% of rated power output in most of motors. Unnecessary heat production at friction point as bearings, leading to wearing of bearing. Motor being in inductive load, the power factor of such running is low, leading to unnecessary line losses. Reduction in overall system energy efficiency over period of time. Then next, how or what are the benefits of minimizing this ideal or redundant running of motor, or how this can be achieved? switching of the motors during such extended period of operation. Next, the operating the motors at low voltage just to keep them running near their normal speed. Redundant running implies the equipment is working without any effect on the production quantity or quality. Unless these are operating for safety consideration, stoppage of this motor can lead to large saving.